You can email the show at nerdstalking@yahoo.com.
nerdsreviews.com presents Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Carlos, Johnny, Marie, and I'm Lafayette. Thanks for joining us this week. Remember to subscribe, turn on notifications, download, tell your friends, earn a bonus coupon. Email us at nerds. Is it still nerdsreviews@yahoo.com or is it now Nerds Talking?
Nerds Talking.
All right. Nerds Talking @yahoo.com. And, email us about anything and we will respond live on air. And thanks for joining us. So first, we're going to jump right into it, right into the thick of things. Johnny's officer of the law. And, Johnny, you own a gun besides your work pistol?
I have a total of about 7 guns.
Holy macaroni. How many hands do you have? What is your favorite gun?
Like my rifle.
Okay. And what do you use it besides, say, shooting range?
That's it. I don't hunt or anything like that. So
okay. Then why so
just,
many guns?
Just like showing off at the shooting range.
Oh, cool.
I don't know. With the guns, you think about, let's say you want a home defense weapon. And then for me, I'm allowed to carry off duty. So I can't have my home defense weapon on me because it's just too bulky. So I have a smaller one, and then they come out with a new smaller one. Maybe I pick up a gun magazine and it says, hey, this is the latest and greatest. And I'm like, well, I have to have that.
You can just Google that. It's just anyway. So yeah, we're actually talking gun control. I mean, I guess what are your thoughts on gun control as somebody that, is like, again, you are an officer of the law and you have 17 guns or some shit you just said and 3 hands and what's your take? I guess what would be the ideal gun control?
Well, there's so many arguments for it. And then when people think of their amendments, their right to bear arms, they kind of take it too far. Well, I have the right to bear arms. I should have a 50 cal rifle so I can go hunting. Well, I mean, if you don't know anything about guns, that's kind of ridiculous because if you hunt with a big ass rifle like that, then your meat's destroyed,
shredded.
Yeah. There's gonna be nothing left. But just to have that excuse to buy big ass cool ass rifle like that, that's not in California, like Nevada,
in general, yeah,
or Texas. But I don't know. I mean, they always talk about gun control, especially it always comes up after a shooting, right?
Mm-hmm. Always,
like a mass shooting, there should be gun control. There's just too many factors involved. Let's say you talk about like gangbangers and their guns. Well, their guns aren't bought legally a majority of the time. They're all stolen. So like you're really focusing on safe control at that point. Just don't get your shit stolen because that's how the gangbangers, the real criminals are, using their guns with stolen weapons. And then there's a few that will shoot up a place and they get their guns legally, but
I mean, it's hard to control any of that, to be honest.
Right.
So when people say gun control, it's like good point you just brought up. Somebody goes and buys a gun at Walmart or the gun store, then he goes on a shooting rampage. Well, he bought the gun legally. He had a background check and everything went swimmingly for him.
Right.
So what do you do about that guy? Because he seemed okay when he bought it, and all his friends said, "I've never really seen a problem with that guy. We just bowled last night." And,
And so, I mean, the questions on the test when you buy a gun, it's pretty basic. Have you ever been incarcerated for a felony? Do you have any mental issues? things
Two
like
strikes
that.
for Marie.
But
Got it.
yeah, but I feel like the question should be updated. For guys, if they're buying a gun, have you been dumped in the past month?
Seriously.
Are you
Yeah.
white?
Have you
Have you
been
been
bullied?
blocked on Instagram by somebody you've been stalking?
Does anyone owe you money? Things that
Actual
that are
big,
relevant today.
legit questions. Exactly. How much Call of Duty do you play?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gun control it's a topic that really comes down to people in their like you said, Second Amendment. They take it to a extreme with the Second Amendment. Like they can't read it. Like it doesn't after Second Amendment, they stop and they go, that's it. I don't want to read any more of it. But the real question is, what does Marie think about gun control?
I don't I have many opinions about it and I have many questions about it. I think I'm on the same page with Johnny. I don't know why people have to go overboard with wanting to own all these big, massive guns when they live in the city. Definitely gangbangers, they have a bunch of stolen guns, they shoot each other.
I'm okay with that part.
20, I don't know how many mass shootings there have been in the States, but most of them, a good 75% of them have been done by white people, white men. But I used to be against guns. And then just as I've gotten older, I saw this video on Reddit and these guys did a home invasion on their family. And I was like, oh shit, that's insane. Why? And then another a friend of mine told me that I guess the guy who used to own the home was really sketchy. And these home invaders thought that there was some kind of secret buried treasure in there. So they were going to go in and try to rob this guy's family. And so I was like, man, I live by myself. I'm a girl in downtown. Maybe I should get myself a little piece, or I don't know, but
pew
pew pew, bang bang, America. But
yes, that'd be great if the guns did that. Bang bang, America. Oh, that's a good gun, man.
Freedom.
A freedom gun.
So I used to be against them, but just for safety reasons. And then I was thinking, I know that there's some people say, well, why can't we just take them 2A away? And then I think there was a thing in New Zealand where they had that and they took the gun rights away. Ended up being a lot of black market stuff. And
yeah, they banned all guns. Yeah.
Right. And so it ended up being worse than it was before. So obviously you can't do that. I did see on Reddit that there's a socialist group called Socialists for 2A. So it's I have all these questions but I also am coming around to the idea. I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like my questions and my thoughts are just so obvious, but maybe I'm not thinking about it creatively. Why do you need this kind of a gun in a city? I understand maybe if you go hunting, but like he said, well, I don't know anything, but a caliber is going to explode your deer. I don't fucking know. I'm
Buy
just
a fucking magazine. No, but you know what it is?
A gun magazine?
Yeah, gun magazine.
Yes. One that you put in
no,
your
that you buy it at Ralph's and you read it in articles and it's this gun will destroy a deer's face.
Or I could just look that up online.
Oh, God damn you. Yeah, Carlos, you don't own a gun. Would you ever own a gun?
I've thought about it, but now that I have a little 2-year-old running around, I don't want any guns in the house. I don't live in a violent part of town either, so I'm not scared for my safety. I don't know. Gun control it works in some countries and it'll never work here because there's too many, the government's gonna come get you if you don't have a gun, nut jobs running around. They think that the freest country in the world is the one it's the government that's gonna turn on you as soon as they get their chance.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
also,
is that you?
It's also, it's also a big business in the United States. So that's always going to be a thing that no matter what, if it's a big business here, it's a capitalist society. You're not going to be able to shut that down. You're just not. In Europe, there are no guns, or not all parts of Europe, but a lot of parts of Europe, guns are illegal. There's no guns sold at all. It's, once you
in Japan, there's no guns allowed within the city, and you can have them in the country for hunting.
Yeah.
Australia, there's no guns allowed at all.
Yeah, no guns allowed at all.
That doesn't make any sense. Their
UK.
whole country is 95% things that could kill you.
Then stay out of that 95%.
Yeah.
Stay in the 5%.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it be more sensible if it's kind of like how, well, I guess everyone's kind of put it so far. Say you live in a rural part of, the city or whatever. Okay, you're allowed to own this type of gun because maybe you're shooting, right? Maybe you're hunting, or like almost a parameter thing. Where do you live? Oh, downtown. Oh, you're only allowed to buy this segment of guns for downtown. Oh, really? Yes.
Well, what happens if you used to live in the country and then you move to the city? For that argument, do you get rid of your guns?
That would have to be more of a system thing, right? In a sense, like you have to re-register your guns to your new address. But then again, you're right. You shouldn't have to be forced to trade your gun, and you purchased it. It's your item. It's just like any other item, right? It's like if I bought a PlayStation and they said PlayStations are outlawed now in your new city. Oh shit, but I have it. I own it. Why can't I bring it with me?
PlayStations don't kill people.
You don't know that. You don't know that. There's some kids online
right.
bullying, and the bullying leads to certain things.
Beavis and Butthead and Marilyn Manson. And
what year are you? What year is this? 1994? Like what?
Good year for R&B.
Oh my!
Hey, good pull. Good pull.
So Carlos, as for argument's sake, you live in a safe area, but that doesn't mean that criminals don't target safe areas. You know what I'm saying? I know your area, and it's pretty crime free, and I also know.
What area?
It's more like would you call it a rural part? No, it's not even a rural, to be honest. It's just a suburb part of the outskirts of Sacramento.
Okay, I guess we'll talk about it after.
We can't give it away on the air. People can go visit him for autographs and pictures and shit.
Yeah, but I mean,
standing outside his nice neighborhood with the gate.
That's right.
Give us Carlos.
Give us Carlos. The demanding, just give us him only.
What did your sister-in-law say? Like, we love you.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, Johnny has a point, though. I mean,
you live in a safe area, but doesn't mean that
yeah.
criminals can't go into a safe area and just rob. I mean, tweakers got to tweak. Once they're tweaking, that's it.
Got to tweak.
And they're up 24, 48 hours at a time, and they don't make the best decisions.
Well, no, that's right, absolutely. But also, you can't say that even if I lived in a bad part of town, that something would happen either. And I think that our two views of the world are different because of your environment and because of my environment. So I think when you look at somebody, you're already patting them down in your eyes. I mean, in your head, you're already searching them and seeing what might got on him.
I see Carlos's point. I mean, I live in a pretty safe neighborhood too, but anything can happen.
I mean, you have to look
and I would like that chance to, because if someone comes in your house with a gun and you don't have a gun, well, then you're doing whatever they say, unless you're feeling ballsy and you want to fight somebody with a gun. But bad things can happen in good neighborhoods.
Right. Well, what if someone comes into your house with a gun and you're nowhere near your gun? I mean, do you sleep with your gun? Do you have it on your hip 24/7 when you're in the house? Do you keep one in the dish drawer? Do you keep one under the cushion of the couch?
7 guns.
It's
he can't
funny.
Give it away. He can't give it away.
It's funny because I have some friends who are a little extreme like that. One friend has a shotgun underneath his bed, and he's like, I put this new latch on there so that when I could just reach over. And I'll tell you, when I first bought my gun, before I even became a cop, I had the gun safe next to my head, and then every night I unlocked the safe, and then my hand was always like sleeping by my head, just in case.
Were you married?
No, but I was with a bitch, so I probably should have just. I should have just used it. Yeah, I should have just locked it up and take her.
Oh, okay. I figured you just.
Well, I remember one time going over to your house. You were playing video games. I believe this is when you were dating the so-called woman. And anyway, I go to your house or her house or whatever it was, and you had a gun sitting on the coffee table. I'm like, who the fuck did you think was going to come through that door? I don't know if you remember the gun. It's the gun with no hammer on it. You still have that one?
Yeah.
The revolver? Yeah.
I mean,
Is the
Carlos-
hammer the thing that goes down? It's like I don't know.
It hits the primer
Hits
that's
Yeah,
on
you're
the
right. No,
bullet.
you're not right. Get a magazine. No, but Carlos has a point. See, I don't own a gun because I'm the same. Most people that own guns that I know will probably never use them in their lives. They'll just always be at home on top of the closet in a box or wherever it is they keep it. And they'll go to the range every month. This is so cool. And they'll, buy their 50 rounds and shoot it. And, 20 years later, hey, have you ever, you still have that gun? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you still need it for protection. And then when they're 65, you still have that gun? Yeah. Still need it for protection. Like the percentage of people actually using their guns for protection is probably, I would say, less than 5%.
I want
Probably
to go back.
maybe even less than that.
I want to go back to what Johnny was saying about how he has friends that go overboard. I have a friend, I'm not going to say which department he's in, but he has a huge safe, and he said he has them hidden all over his house, and his wife knows where they're at, and he has dreams of people invading his home, and like reoccurring dreams. And he's got a few in his car. He always has one on his hip when we're playing soccer, like not on his hip, but in his bag. He's insane. He has them all over the fucking house. But I know if there was a zombie apocalypse, that's where I'd go.
Wait,
Good to know.
so
When you throw in zombies, it's tough
I
to
know.
make an
You're
argument against it because,
everyone should own a gun at that point.
The zombie factor.
They're probably going to pass guns out.
You can't get them in California. I thought that because of COVID, it was really hard to get guns right now.
It was at
Zombie guns?
Yeah, zombie guns. No,
Bows
you're
and
right.
arrows.
You're not wrong. I took my cousin to a gun store when he visited me because he needed bullets because they couldn't buy him where he lived. They literally ran out. I was like, hey, I'll take it to a
It
store.
tends to really spike every 4 years after
You're
someone's
right.
elected.
After election, yeah, always.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're like, I remember before Obama came in office, it was like, I think he's going to take away guns. So everyone just stockpiled. And
I mean, it's typically
insane.
one party that they think everyone's going to take your guns away.
Right. But then
Right.
there's people that like guns in the other party that are still subject to the shortage,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
One thing I was going to tell Carlos, there were recently, I want to say like 2 months ago, in that really expensive part of like Land Park. Anyway, the homes are minimum like $1 million. Anyways, there's a congresswoman that lives there, and a female like broke into the house, and she was armed with a gun, and the congresswoman was off doing congresswoman stuff. But just the fact that someone came into her house, had a gun, she happened to not be there, but the chick made it inside. She had a gun, and then that was her second time coming back within 48 hours. So not everyone should have a gun. I will say it. Not everyone should have a gun, but bad things that happen in good neighborhoods all the time.
And it's no different than a car. I mean, you can get to an accident anytime. Likelihood of you getting into an accident is, it's very small, minimal.
You could Google it and find out what the percentage is.
God, you and the internet. And but anyway,
what did you do before the internet, Marie?
Yeah,
were you
I
like
wonder.
in front of an encyclopedia? You're like,
did you read magazines? What did you?
Yeah, what did you do?
Teen Bop.
What does that even mean? That's not even an answer.
That's a magazine.
That's a magazine.
That's a
That's like
magazine.
Teen Bop.
What did you do? I teen bopped.
I teen bopped.
Gave
I don't know.
tops.
Gun control. It's guns will never go away in the United States. Ever.
No.
That's why there's just always more gun laws on top of, and those are all state laws. So short, clips that can only hold 8 bullets, and you can't have automatic this, and you can't do that. To the point, it's going to be 1 bullet for 1 gun, or I can't shoot till I count to 20. I'm gonna count to 20, and then I'm gonna start shooting. That is a law. He has to follow it.
Yeah. 10 alligators. That's what you got to count. 10 alligators.
Or you have to announce it before you do a mass shooting. Okay, I'm here to do a mass shooting, but I gotta count to 20.
I mean, we've all heard the stories of like the mass shootings at work, things like that. But then there's also stories of, and they're mostly in Texas, where shooter comes in and then somebody who had a concealed weapon like stopped them.
Yeah,
So
opens up.
there are
opens
stories
fire.
about that, and then that's where the gun nuts will focus their attention. Well, this is a story of how we need guns.
They'll pick the one. Yeah, they'll pick the one story where somebody actually like decided to shoot back at the individual. Yes.
Yeah.
But again, most mass shootings you can't control. Kids in high school that do it.
Mhm.
Recently at what was it? It was just happened
Church,
at a
casino, mall. Which one?
no, one just literally just
Oh, at
happened.
work or something? Oh no, I
It was
don't know.
it was at
We could
like,
Google it. Find out.
what do you call it? Like a bus depot place, like transport.
The
like a
rail
city-
yards where they build
rail yard?
where
There
they
you
build
go.
trains.
At a rail station or whatever, and the guy went in and shot his employees, buddies, whatever he wants to call them, and really his friends, I guess. You can't control that. Like, who is going to stop them there? Because no one expects it. They're just sitting there working like la-di-da. Oh, there's Bill. And then Bill's like, you got 20 seconds. Like,
Have
what
you
does
ever
that mean?
seen that movie or heard of it? He Was a Quiet Man or something like that. It's with Christian Slater.
Christian Slater's in it, so no, I'm sorry.
Basically what happens is this guy, he works in an office, he hates his fucking life, he hates all their coworkers, like he's just this nerdy, awkward, socially guy, and everyone has money and they're beautiful. And so one day he's thinking about coming in and shooting up the office, and someone else does it before him. And so never mind.
No, dude, it's like that's almost messed up. Like the story's almost like you show up to work with your gun, all you hear is bang, 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 America. You're like,
so does he in turn become the hero? Does he use
how does that work?
Well, so he doesn't stop the guy. I think a couple people got killed. I don't remember what the girl's name is. She hasn't been in anything in a long time. I think she was in The Girl Next Door. And so she's like the guy or the girl that he likes. So she gets paralyzed. She's in a wheelchair for the rest of her life, and he's like taking care of her. And then I don't remember what happens, but in the end you find out he was just imagining it and what would happen if someone else did it and what life could be. And then he ends up shooting him anyways, I think.
I like Carlos' story better. I'm the shooter, okay? And then someone shows up and does it literally 30 minutes before me, so I shoot that son of a bitch and look like the hero. Even though I really went there.
I think that's what happens.
You just told me that it didn't happen. You told me that.
I know, I said I don't remember.
I like how hey, buddy, I'm going to tell you about a movie.
You know what? Let me
I don't know
Google it.
any facts.
Here
we go.
The best part is, Marie, you don't have to say spoiler alert because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I do. Listen, I know the
I saw
main
this movie
point.
called Jaws. Okay, it's about this chef. Like, excuse me?
Like you guys, let's go to break. 1, 2, 3.
First of all, it's 3, 2, 1. Anyway, let's take a break here on Nerds Talking, the podcast. Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. Hopefully you enjoyed that small break. As let me remind you to download, subscribe, turn on notifications, tell your friends, and enjoy Nerds Talking every Friday on any digital platform that you get your podcast. All right, I'm here with Carlos, Johnny, Marie. I'm Lafayette. Usual suspects, and guns are the topic still. Marie, you don't own any guns. If you had to own a gun, which one would it be?
It would be super cute, huh?
Don't shrug your shoulders. It's an audio type of thing.
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Carlos, I'm not going to ask you if you own a gun.
What kind of gun would I have if
Oh,
I had a gun?
I mean,
I think it's something called Johnny, you can correct me. It's called a baby Glock. It's a small Glock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the name
Probably
says
that.
it all. Name says it all. Like
Yeah.
a baby Glock.
The thing about smaller guns is it's not the most comfortable thing to shoot. And I know if you're in an emergency situation, you're not worried about that. But if you're at the range shooting, it hurts. Like that little revolver I had fucking sucked every time I shot it. It just vibrates your hand. And yeah, so I got another gun. There's the latest Glock that came out that's law enforcement only. So it's thinner. It's more comfortable to keep on your waist.
So you're saying you can get me one? All right.
Oh shit! And it's begun.
I do think people that own guns own numerous, like yourself, 7 guns, you're collecting at a point. You're not even owning a gun necessarily because, oh, this one might be better to protect me. Because I know a guy that owns like 12, and he just likes to collect them, and he has ones that are engraved. He has one that looks just like John Wick's gun. That's super like crazy cool looking. And he showed it to me, and he's just proud of like the gun, like, oh, the coolest one is, and he shoots at the range. He used to work at a Turner's, which is a gun store, outdoorsman type of store. But he's really into collecting it. Besides of, yeah, I know I only need one when someone breaks into my house, but I just like owning them, like anybody else that collects things.
Well,
I
it's
have
not
a
as-
John Wick
like
gun.
if you want to get rid of your car, for example, oh, nice, Carlos. He's holding up a pencil because that's all John Wick needs.
He don't need shit.
That's right.
Like if you're selling your car, you sign a few pieces of paper and then the car is yours. If you're getting rid of a gun, you could sell it to the store and they're going to give you pennies on the dollar, or you could sell it to somebody else and then you both have to go in. There's a 10-day waiting period in California, and it's not as convenient as selling a car. So, I mean, the reason I have more guns than I probably should is because I bought these guns and then they don't work for me anymore. And I'm not going to get rid of them because it's just not worth it. It's more work to get rid of them than not.
You can't gift them.
No. Well, I mean, you still have to go through the process.
Yeah, like
going to a
lease.
gun store.
I mean, not a lease,
But what about the gun show loophole?
Yes.
In California, you still have to do the 10-day waiting period.
Yeah,
So
just other
you
states.
you can buy the gun at the gun show, and then they'll say, all right, what dealer do you want to go through? And then they'll send it there, bring it there, and then you have to fill out the paperwork.
I think
I
that's why a lot of
forgot
people
to-
go to Nevada,
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
But you can't do that, can you? Because when you like come in from Nevada, my brother was telling me this, that if you buy a gun in Nevada, they will flag it. And I don't remember what he said exactly, but basically you can't just come into California with it. It's
No, that's completely true, because in Nevada you can also buy like 50-round magazines and things like that. Those aren't legal in
they go buy
California.
magazines there.
Oh Jesus, bad choice of
good
words.
Lord, oh my
You
God.
fucking dork. No, but bringing
Teen Bop.
bringing guns over the state lines, you're violating federal laws now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's just it. People, like I said, man, people that are hard up for guns and love their guns, and like you said, oh, I need a 50 cal. Like, for what? Oh, I need a AK, and I
I gotta defend my home.
Yeah, I need to defend my home and blah blah. You're like, holy shit, man. Now it's no longer about defending your home now it's about, I don't know, bragging about you own this and you own that, in a sense, and
You guys, I lied. I do have a gun. Look at
Oh.
this. Look at that.
oh wow, she's
Oh,
flexing.
shit.
Oh,
No,
look at
there's
that.
really a gun
It's
there.
tattoo
There
of
is
a
a little
gun
there. Yeah, it's a gun right on the
See?
muscle, on the bicep.
Wow.
Marie
Wow.
is flexing.
Always
and
The
she's
gun
got
show.
tickets to the gun show.
Wow.
Read a story,
You probably have plenty of tickets left. Go ahead, John.
Yeah. 0 attendance right now.
Attendance is a little sparse.
and
I
then,
can't
like,
give them
over-
away.
over the PA system. We're sorry for the low attendance. There's a COVID situation going on right now.
Put those guns away, Marie.
Put those guns away.
I read a story a long time ago where it's just a former cop wrote it, and he was at church and he wrote about why he felt like he didn't need a gun off duty. He's legally allowed to carry off duty, but he didn't want to carry off duty. He was like, well, if something happens, I'm off duty. I'm not gonna stop this robber. I'm just gonna be a witness or whatever. He had a bunch of different points of why he didn't carry. Anyways, somebody, while he's at church, somebody comes into the church, starts shooting it up. His son dies, or one of his kids, a son or daughter, dies, and he just writes about the regret of like not carrying. Like, he's legally allowed to carry. He could have done something, especially to save his family, and he just didn't have that chance because he's in the mindset of, well, I don't need it. I carry a gun every day. I don't use it at work very much.
Well, what happens if he wasn't there and it still happened though? Would it matter?
Well, it matters. It's a personal story, man. You lose your kid to.
But the whole
crazy
dynamic of the
gunman.
story would change if say they were still all there. Say he happened to not go because he was sick that day, but they were all still there. It didn't really matter because he wouldn't have been there with or without the gun anyway.
Right, and then he wouldn't have lost his kids unless.
No,
people
he
send
was
him-
sick.
No.
He
She's saying
was
and then
sick.
you send your
didn't
kids to
go.
church by
Like the
yourself.
rest of the family went to church,
Right,
but
okay.
he stayed home to watch football. I'm sick.
Yeah, then he'll have something else to be guilty about. But specifically, he has that guilt for not carrying when he was allowed to and not being able to save his
But
kid.
you know, it's also Marie has a point. The other side of that is his whole I don't carry a gun because I don't feel like I need to. Because no one expects that shit to happen. You know
Right.
what I mean? So that's it. I mean, how guilty can he feel? No, he's been to church 1,000 times. So when that one time he didn't bring his gun or whatever, all of a sudden shit happens. You know, it's the same as a shooting at work. You don't wake up and go to work thinking that anything like that's ever going to happen. And some asshole, you know, probably in the IT department, you know, loner, you know, and he has an
There's a
accent like this.
podcast on Friday night.
Yeah. You know, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but some people live with that mentality of expect the unexpected. So they're always like, you know, ready for something.
But doesn't it happen where like if the people who aren't expecting it, things happen, and then the people who are waiting for something to happen, it doesn't happen? Isn't that like the laws of
movie,
engagement or attraction or something like that? Rules of I don't know. I'm just
Same movie
Words.
titles.
Just
Very
words.
good. Just words. I just put words together. Hopefully they make sense. Garbage, peanut butter, applesauce. Anybody? Yeah, I agree with
I
you.
never
dude.
thought
think
about
gun
that
control.
peanut butter
I think
sauce.
gun control is
Okay.
important.
you guys know what I'm talking about.
No, you're not wrong. I mean, that's just it. You can't. It doesn't matter if the person anticipates it. You'll never know when situations like this happen. Ever. There's no scheduled shooting. You know, no matter
Right.
even gang shootings, people that are drive-bys, they don't know that shit's gonna happen to them. They probably more
Yeah.
likely do have a gun on them.
And innocent people get shot all the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's like a guy I used to play soccer with. Apparently, he taught dance in downtown Sacramento. He had called his girlfriend to come pick him up, and then he went to go wait outside. He was struck by a bullet. Don't know where it
was
came
this?
from. This was a couple years ago. Don't know where it came from. The cops don't know what. There was no gun no gun
Like
fight
reported
going on in
gun
the
or anything,
area.
yeah.
He was just struck by a bullet, and he died.
which is crazy because again, that's it. I mean, would the world be a better place without guns? Of course, you know, but
Then everybody be
That's not a-
beating each other with sticks.
it's not a
stabbing
reality.
each other.
There's just no
Yeah.
way to get rid of all the guns. I mean, there's just so
Yeah.
many.
You can't. No.
When you take in consideration the stolen guns factor, and then there's
Yeah, oh,
also the factor of certain guns don't have to be registered if they're like, let's say, made before 1900.
Oh yeah, like certain
like
cars,
they're
the
antiques.
Smogs.
Yeah. So
Like a musket. Yeah, but imagine going into church with a musket. You're like, all right.
well,
we're gonna
there's
get
like
this.
the revolvers of the old
Light the
West.
flint. Let's go.
Yeah, the old West Smith and Wessons. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still like those don't need to be registered.
Which is so odd though. Like,
Can you
know what
still
I mean?
use them?
Still
It
a
would,
gun.
yeah, they still work. It would be pretty sad if
No,
you were to
heavy
come
they
across
are.
a scene and someone's like, you know, wah wah wah, and then they pull out this fucking revolver.
partner.
Break yourself, fool! Oh, shit, you know, and with the
Break
revolver.
yourself, partner.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, calm down there, buddy.
Uh,
Yeah, no, it's man, I'm telling you, God, it's just it is a wild topic, and
Well, in a country like United States, it's more difficult because it's such a big country. In all these other countries where it's not legal to have a gun, look at how small England is compared to the United States.
exactly.
Japan compared to the United States. I mean,
Yeah,
Australia is
yeah.
a pretty big country, but like Marie said, it's not It's not 100% populated. It's only populated,
Oh yeah, on the coastlines mainly.
yeah,
you know.
maybe 40%, 30%.
You can
of the
control it
country.
much easier. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, even Canada, you can control that shit much easier. Everybody lives basically along the border. They don't live too high in Canada, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I mean, I don't own a gun. I really plan on ever owning a gun. I have the type of thought that if I own one, I'd probably never have to use it. You know, so owning one or not, it'll be the same thing for me. You know, if I owned one, it wouldn't be a big deal. I would just probably have it put away. And it's Carlos, like Carlos said, if I'm all of a sudden watching TV in the living room, somebody busts in and they have a gun up. Hey, give me a second. Mine's upstairs. Do you mind? Like, can you wait right here? I'll be right back. And the guy's like, I'll give you 20. Thanks, bro. California law. So that's what I'm saying. It's unless you have it on you all the time.
Well, the thing that bothers me though is when something like a mass shooting does happen, you have all these people who just the name calling that goes back and forth. Goes, oh, here comes all the gun right nuts. Now we need more gun laws. Or people who own guns, like, oh, they're yammering
take
about
my
that.
guns away.
Yeah, I mean, just let people grieve and let them say what they got to say, because it's gonna pass. It always passes until the next one, and then the next one.
Well,
and the next one, and they always blame it on mental health. The United States must be the #1 country in the world with the most mental health cases. Must be, because everything is blamed on mental health. Unless you have dark skin, then you're a terrorist.
Well, I have a name for that.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's true. And the saddest part is, I always found that, first of all, if you bought all these guns, have all these guns, you definitely plan to do this. So you don't have a mental problem. You just have a social, like, society problem. Like,
what are you
you're
trying to say
social
about Johnny?
outcast. Oh no, Johnny's fine. You're a social outcast, or you've been shunned by certain people. You didn't get the promotion at work, or blah 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 blah. There's a reason. Like the guy that did the shooting in Vegas.
He obviously bought all the guns. He was of right mind to buy them all.
And he had a shitload. I mean, the guy that shit was planned.
Yeah, but he had mental health issues, is what they said. But 2 years prior, those two in Santa Barbara, which happened to be Pakistani, shot people up at their job. They were terrorists. It wasn't as bad as Vegas.
They had an agenda, though, didn't they? As far as
weren't they? But they were from the States, weren't they?
They were from the States.
Actually, Johnny is right, though.
What?
They had some type of agenda.
Supported some sort of group, like
yeah, but they were still from the States.
No. I get it. But what Johnny is saying is they're not labeled mental health because they had a plan of action.
Well, obviously the guy from Vegas had a plan of action to kill as many people as he could before he killed himself.
For what though? There was no. It wasn't for jihad. It wasn't to support a certain group.
Well, no one will ever know. He shot himself in the head. But that's what I'm saying. No matter what it is, when those kids
Filipino girlfriend, like he was all over the place.
Yeah, when you can't say that he's not a terrorist. He terrorized.
No, I'm not arguing that he wasn't. I'm not saying it was mental health issues, so he's not a terrorist. The guy's a piece of shit. I'm glad he's dead. Murdered all those people for fucking nothing. There's no purpose to it.
Exactly.
I mean, I see what you're saying, where society didn't label him a terrorist, or maybe he was a domestic terrorist or something like that, but he didn't have like a Nazi flag that he was waving around. So
what do you do? You can't label somebody automatically a terrorist because they don't have mental issues. He's just a shooter. He's a fucking whatever.
Can it be more consistent across the board, regardless of race, though?
Well, okay, but maybe I watched too many TV shows. But this couple in Santa Barbara, who's to say they had any agenda at all? Who's to say they didn't? The people who came in didn't. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, that's a funny one from Poe.
That's a
good one. That's true. Johnny uses that when he pulls people over. He uses the skin color chart. Yeah, right at the line, buddy. You're good. Go ahead.
And who's to say they weren't just set? That maybe they weren't any part of any type of cell or jihad or anything. They had to come up with some sort of story as to why these people did what they did. But
isn't that what happened with the gay nightclub isn't that the same thing that happened with the gay nightclub? The guy who shot it was saying jihad, but then it really wasn't a thing, where he really wasn't part of that sect or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it too. They can look at somebody's social media and be like, look at all the clues we got. This guy, he's a white supremacist. And you're like, how do we know he's just not again, most of these people are just fucking losers. They just
it's a mental thing. You have to be crazy to be able to inflict that kind of violence on people.
I think you have to, but I think you also, like, Columbine's a great example. You live out a certain fantasy, and like this is played out in their head,
Yeah, but like
and the Columbine guys were like, we're super goth and we're dark, and
I don't think
look
that's
at
had anything to
us.
do with it. I think that they were like sick of being bullied, and they
No,
were
that's
just
what
like,
I'm saying. That
oh.
they got bullied to death, and we're like, well, we're the dark vampire kids. They don't like us. Wait till
I
they get a load of us
think
now.
that's how I
Shut your
worked.
mouth. Okay. Now, if you kill one person, is it mass shooting? Because you keep it up, Marie. Anyway. No, but it's just all crazy. Remember the one at Virginia Tech that like he was what, like an Asian kid
Mhm.
that people said he was just a loner. He was like
But he had
everybody
a
ignored
girlfriend,
him.
didn't he?
He was a
Yeah.
loser. Blah blah.
That was
blah.
the
No,
reason he apparently started shooting.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
But
like
then you have that other kid in, was it in Orange County? He was sitting in his car and he made a video before he got out of the car and started shooting people. He's blaming women. He blamed women for rejecting him.
Fucking troglodyte.
yeah, remember
And
that
he
one?
was-
Yep.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
made this. I think it was a Russian kid.
I mean,
he
like
got
I
out of
said,
the car and just started shooting people.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. After years of
Uh-huh.
rejection, I felt
yeah.
that way.
Did you feel like shooting
Fucking-
Marie? Yeah.
I'm just saying. On Match.com, for example,
Like-
you could wink at people. So
Okay.
I winked.
Oh, wait
at-
a second.
I
You're taking that
winked
too
at,
far.
let me finish my story. So I winked at America, basically.
Ooh, America.
One
I know
week
what
I
you
would
mean.
be
I know
like,
what you
all
mean.
right, 20 mile radius,
Mhm.
and then 50, and then I was like, fuck it, anywhere. It's English optional. And I winked at everybody, and I didn't get shit. I was winking like I had cataracts. And then the rejection I felt from Match.com. They're not one of our sponsors, right? We're good.
No, but
All right.
you could have just deleted the app. It would have been the same.
Still, I feel for the dude. Rejection fucking sucks.
Oh, you're talking about that's a real story.
Yeah,
it was.
Johnny.
Oh, that's a real story.
that's
He's a
Johnny's
loser.
story?
Yeah.
Just look at him.
Yeah, look at me. Yeah, I had a fucking con
Look
my
at
wife
him.
into
He's the
marrying
freaking
me.
Asian Lex Luthor.
Now,
Oh man.
what kind of gun law would you put in place if you could? Would you think would help prevent any of this?
I think we're too far to throw new laws in, and
Think it's gonna do anything?
yeah, I just don't think it's going to do anything. Something's still going to happen. And
That's
like I
a
said,
loaded question.
Ah, I get the pun.
Words,
Good job. You know
words.
what? We keeping
There you
points.
go. Words.
Got a point. You're up 1-0 in this game. Good job.
Oh wait,
Again.
I just got that. Not bad.
Ah, you just got a
I
negative
just
point.
got that.
Negative point for Johnny. He lost a point.
Well, I mean, when you take
Wow.
into the fact that guns get stolen all the time, how do you control that? You can make all the laws you want, but then if someone's legal gun is stolen and used, illegally,
What if, okay? What if
okay, what if?
we sold, well, because we're gonna probably sell this on our website.
Or
this
Shark
idea.
Tank. Let's take this idea to Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
Okay,
along with
so-
Johnny's sticker.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
in.
So-
I'm already in.
Wait, what's Johnny's sticker? I don't know what
The
which one is
shit
that.
measuring sticker.
Oh, that's right. I like that one. You put it in the toilet. Yeah, that was a good one.
yeah.
And what if, okay, this is a far-fetched idea. What if you couldn't buy ammo anymore? You could only buy clips with the ammo in them and their one-time use. And you'd have to always go back in and buy a new clip. Now, this is only for people like, not police, because of course you want them to carry their, multiple clips.
Oh, you mean like to get a refill? Like once
No, you have to
clip
get a
runs
refill.
out,
Like
you
if
get
I
a refill.
unloaded my mag on like
That's it. That's all you have.
like
Say
you literally have to
Say
walk
it.
back into magazine. You literally have to walk right back into the
It's
gun
like fucking
store.
Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah,
Fucking word of the day.
and you can only buy one at a time. So like, what kind of gun you got? I got a 9. All right. What kind of bullets do you want for it? And we got these, certain clips. Oh, I'll take that one. Okay, yeah, I'll take that one. Oh, what'd you unload it at? Oh, and you can go to the range and you can buy these clips also because you don't want to waste your own, basically you can only buy refills. Like you cannot no longer buy bullets by the box. You can
Then
only buy
what's-
refills, clips.
What determines like how you are allowed to buy the clips?
You have to turn
Like-
an empty one in to get
You
it.
turn
Right,
an
but
empty
like,
one in.
do
Or
you have to like sign a form saying this is what I use them on, or like?
No. You just have to. It's registered in the system. Johnny bought his 5th clip this month. Like we know, how current. Think it's just a idea that, for instance, what if all guns were like that to the point you'd probably see? You have to be very strategic on how many times you're going to shoot that, who you're going to shoot, like shit.
It would make things more inconvenient for normal gun owners to do something like that. But then you always have to take into consideration that stolen factor.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
I can't turn it in. I got them stolen. All right. Well, here's
you're right. That's what I'm saying. Say somebody steals your guns, but they only have 3 bullets left in that clip. When they go in to get the new clip, they're gonna look at the serial number and go, "This is not your gun. I can't sell you a new clip. Sorry." And I have to confiscate your gun. Like, sorry about that. Oh, I can't just buy the bullets? No, you have to buy the clip for this gun. And I looked at the serial number, and you know what? Mr. Lee owns this gun. Where'd you get it? Oh, he gave it to me. Oh, I don't think so. We'll hold it and we'll call him and blah blah. And this is like a whole fantasy fucking world,
of course, because the lines would be worse than Chick-fil-A's.
But again, that's but that's the idea, right? That's because again, my idea is if I own a gun for home protection, those 9 bullets, whatever's in my gun, is a good chance I'm never going to shoot them. But if you go to a range, they'll pop out my clip for me, and they'll like hold it for me, like this is yours. But what do you want to get for the range? Yeah, let me get like 3 clips for the range, and they're range clips, whatever. Boom, boom. You empty them out, you come back, they give you yours back. All right, here you go, sir, and you leave. It's just an idea because again, I think that's the problem. The problem is, it's not guns in a sense, really. It's people have how much ammunition do you fucking need? Like if that was controlled, people would probably be pissed as shit, like no doubt. But it'd control the situation. Somebody that wants to do a mass shooting couldn't do it. He'd have to literally carry 20 guns with him and keep grabbing a new gun every time. Oh, I have to use this one. I have to use this one. And then he's like, fuck, I'm out of bullets.
Right. In this fantasy world, what happens to all the previous guns that aren't set up like this? Because you have a Judge Dredd gun where you need permission to shoot it.
You need like an ID on the gun, like your fingerprint. Well, we're not. This is just clips though. But I can still sell my gun to you, but now it's yours, registered to you, and blah blah blah. Anyway, long story. You're right. You can't do anything. You'll never be able to do anything. But here's the thing: older guns, if you no longer sell ammunition, what are they going to do with their guns?
You can reload bullets.
No. What I'm saying is only what they have in stock, what they have on hand. After they run out, that's it. No more bullets will be available on the market. You can only buy them by the clip.
Right, but like people reload they make their own bullets.
Oh, if they make, you can't. That's another thing. You can't control somebody making their own bullets. That's another thing. You know what I mean? That's a whole different. That's just a whole.
Because I've made my own bullets before, and all you need is the bullet casing and some powder, and
you're pretty much set.
Yeah.
Some glue. What did you use? Did you use what's that stuff
tape,
you can
little thing of duct tape?
No, what's the other stuff you see on TV all the time?
Flex
Seal.
Flex Seal.
Get your Flex Seal.
That's what we should do. We should put Flex Seal on all the guns out there, and then
only
the government can take it off.
Oh, that's a good one. A chastity belt for guns. All right, Marie, you're up. What would you do to try to combat gun control?
I don't know.
And then Marie said she has no answer. So Carlos, you're up.
I mean, if we were in some sort of fantasy world, it'd be like Johnny said, like that Judge Dredd gun, some sort of thumbprint or something of that magnitude. To if it's not your print, then you can't shoot the gun. The gun just doesn't work. I mean, the clip idea is actually pretty goddamn good idea. I'm surprised you came up with it.
I don't think he did because I've heard that before.
No, I just made it up.
Did you piss yourself today? And like, wow, I got an idea.
I just made it up right now. Yeah. I just think it's
as far as like gun, like as far as punishment goes, the only thing I had ever thought about was like, say, because how kids will bring guns to school and shoot up schools, and it's their dad's gun. And my thought on that is you need to protect your gun a little better. So if your kid steals your gun and he goes shoots up the school, you're going to serve as much time as he's serving. You're just as guilty as he is. Ooh. And if that doesn't stop people from protecting their goddamn guns, that's what I'm thinking.
Now, if the kid got 20 or whatever, let's say the kid gets 35 years because he's under 18. Whatever it is, I don't believe the parents should get 35 years.
Absolutely, it was his gun, and he let
Oh
him.
my
He
God.
let it get away.
What about
Johnny,
people-
think about Sell
I
your
know, but
guns.
look at your reaction. Would you not protect your gun better that way then?
I'm only thinking of, like, let's say when
Menendez brothers.
when my mom wouldn't buy me a new skateboard, I would have shot up a school and sent her to prison.
OMG.
But
Send
you
her
I
to
go
was
with-
so pissed. It's such bullshit.
I like how you did it.
It's not
though.
even that
You send your
expensive.
mom to prison. And you know what? You don't even shoot anybody. You just shoot the ceiling a couple of times. That'll do it, right? Give me 5 years. Give that bitch 5 years.
How much time should you get if I shoot you in the leg?
Yeah, exactly. You ask the cop, if I shoot that person in the leg, what do you mean? Shoot
Kids
one
are
time.
assholes, man.
I like your take on it.
But
You
I
do
get it. I get it. Lock
But what
your
if your
gun
mom didn't buy
and
the
don't raise
gun? What if your
assholes.
dad bought the gun?
Oh.
And you're sending your dad to prison.
I get. All right. Well, that's not good. But doesn't she own half because they're married? Doesn't she do half the time?
What if he
You're
bought
a
it with
gun
her
owner, you
credit
should
card?
know this shit, dumbass.
I'm just trying to send her to prison. How do I do this?
I don't know. It's a
Well,
tough
you're
one
a-
because
You
what
can
if the-
plant the gun on her. You're a cop. Plant some drugs
Yeah,
on her.
that's
or some
true.
shit. I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
got some. Yeah, you got some coke. Anyway, what if your gun is pretty like locked away secure and your kid still gets to it? Like, you know what
And
I mean?
obviously,
Like,
it wasn't secure.
what if the kid somehow steals the lock or whatever, the key to the lock, blah blah blah? Like,
Or
the
they
kid's just a
can
total
YouTube how to
dick.
get in there.
Yeah, exactly. Or it could be Johnny. Let's go straight there. And he doesn't like his mom. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't believe the parents should be locked up. Should be locked up for a while.
I
That's a
think
tough
that would
one.
definitely make them secure their shit better.
It would definitely make them secure their shit better.
Absolutely.
Would it stop kids from doing what they're doing? No, not necessarily.
Well, if they can't get to
It
the
might.
gun.
Wouldn't
It
it
might-
defeat the purpose of home protection? Because like Carlos made the point earlier, like it's going to be a lot harder to get it if someone does do a home invasion. So it kind of doesn't make sense. You have to have them super secured and locked up so your kids don't get them or they don't get stolen. But when there's a home invasion, then you don't have time to go get it. So what's the point?
Now,
True.
you can always do what Zach Morris does and freeze time. Then go get your gun. And come
Zach
back.
Morris from Saved by the Bell.
Correct. There you go. Yeah, he could freeze
I'm
time.
Do you
thinking
wanna freeze
My
time?
Secret Identity.
He could freeze time. No, remember he used to.
Didn't he do that?
He used to go like this, look at the camera and give his little spiel. Well, right now Slater does this, and then I'll do
Right.
that, and he goes
Uh,
time in, and then he talks again, and then all his friends are like, "Who the fuck were you talking to, Zach?" Like,
There was that other one where it was that chick. It was just a little before Saved by the Bell where she would like, touch
oh
her
yeah,
fingers
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yes.
Blossom?
What was that?
oh,
No,
she
no.
was an alien. Her
She had the
mo-
Q,
Alex
or
Mack.
she had no. She
Yeah,
had
yeah,
the
yeah. She had the
diamond.
little
Her dad
cute-
was
that's how he
inside the
talked to her
diamond.
dad. Her dad was
Yeah, she's
an
talking
alien.
Right.
It was,
What was that
yeah.
called?
Was it My Secret Identity?
No, because that was
no.
Jerry O'Connell.
Wasn't my it wasn't My Secret Identity. Man, I used to watch the show every morning. It was on in the mornings. It was a good show too.
It
Yeah.
was a good show. I tried that shit at school a few times when
You
like,
try to put your fingers together.
just like, oh shit, test is still going on.
I did that thing. I did that too when I shit myself in Target. They were like, "Sir, what are you doing? How the fuck can you still see me?
Wait, how are you
Me?
still moving?
I thought my tears shielded me from this. Oh, where's my gun when I need it? Oh man. Anyway, all right. Well, one more. I was going to say on my idea. The idea was implemented now in the sense of just take all bullets off the shelf. Like they're just gone. You can't sell any ammo at all. Like zero.
I mean,
That's what I'm
eventually bullets would run out, and then
No, they wouldn't run out. You have to buy them by the clip. They're
no.
preloaded.
I mean, like because people.
Oh yes,
look,
exactly.
I'm stockpiled.
You're right. People
So-
would run out of their stockpile and be like, "Fuck! Now I have to go to the gun shop, and if I want it, they're gonna know this gun's registered to me." Yada yada yada. And then that's your gun control right there. We're controlling your ass by only giving you this clip to use. You can come back tomorrow if you use it all. We're gonna mark it down though. That this motherfucker came back already in 24 hours. So what the fuck did he use that on? You know, it's all this shit like
True,
that.
they
And then,
could mark up the bullets hecka much.
well, they could do that, and let's say
That's
you
what I would
do.
do.
Let's say you do a shooting of some kind. They know that was you because those bullets are now registered to you with that, and so forth. Like it's so precise now.
Right, Fantasyland, obviously,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah.
impossible to put serial numbers on
They,
the
no,
bullets.
they engrave them.
Oh,
they
right.
engrave 'em.
What is your Fantasyland called?
It's called what the fuck? You don't mess with me, bro. And Anyway, let's take a break.
That's out of this world. That's out of this world.
Out of this world. Yes.
That's it. Let's take a break here. I know it's talking about.
Bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop. From the plane to the helicopter, yeah. Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out. I'm a pop star, but I got bitches calling my phone like I'm locked up nonstop. From the plane to the helicopter, yeah. Cops pulling up like I'm giving drugs out. I'm a pop star, not a doctor. Shorty with the long text, I don't talk. Shorty with the long legs, she don't walk. Last year, I kept it on top.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Marie, Johnny, Carlos. I'm Lafayette. Subscribe, turn on notifications, download. I told you all this before. Just do it. I mean, if you haven't done it by now, I don't know what's your problem. But we're going to move on to cartoons with guns. And no, just childhood cartoons. We can kind of do a Mount Rushmore of your favorite childhood cartoons and why you like them so much. And you know, and put them in order. Like, why was number one your number one? So, Johnny, we'll start off with you. Childhood cartoons. Give me your top four.
Let's start with G.I. Joe.
Give me your five. Oh, wow.
G.I. Joe, it's a cartoon. It's got guns.
Oh.
Although, when you think about it now, it's like they're the elite of the special forces.
They are.
And they never hit anything.
No. They're
They
safe.
don't.
They're very safe.
And the biggest pussy was Lifeline. He just heals shit. I ain't going to touch a gun. I'm just going to put bandages
That was
on this
Lifeline.
shit.
Yeah. Lifeline.
Dick.
Yeah. Who's your favorite G.I. Joe, though? Who's your favorite?
Snake Eyes.
Okay. Okay, go to Snake. All right, get it.
Because I also wanted to be a ninja when I grew up.
Ah, yes.
How'd that
yes,
work?
Yeah, how'd that work out?
I'm almost there. I've been on this keto diet lately to get into ninja form. And
Ninja Force.
When you order your ninja suit, what size will it be?
Extra medium,
Have you seen that?
medium husky. It's not gonna be small.
Is it gonna be a robe? And it just
You know what
A
sucks?
rope and a curtain.
At work, like every 10 years, they do this thing where we're doing yearbook pictures basically, and it was a little snug, my uniform, getting that thing on. And what sucks, because my picture's obviously my fucking face is huge. I had to lose weight to be this fat. Is that sad? I had to lose weight to be this fat. That's fucking sad.
That's a good one though. Oh, it's like seeing your buddy. Man, you look like you lost weight, but you're still pretty fat though.
Anyways.
All right, so G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe, Transformers.
Okay.
He-Man.
That's a good one. Yeah. And the Power of Grayskull. What else we got?
And I think the Super Friends one.
Yes. All the Justice League and their friends.
Yeah, the Justice League.
All right. I'm gonna go to Marie. Give me your top four Mount Rushmore of childhood cartoons.
Top four?
Yes. Your Mount
Okay.
Rushmore. Yes.
Well, never mind. I had to write him down. I couldn't think of him. I'd probably say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, good one. Yep.
Garfield.
That was a good one.
My cat does the ears.
Oh, I bet you hate Mondays too, huh? Just like
And she loves
I hate
lasagna.
any day during the week that I have to work. X-Men and Sailor
another
Moon.
good one. Sailor
What's a-
Moon. Okay,
I
which
don't
one
know
was your
Sailor
favorite?
Moon.
Which one was your favorite of the four?
I don't know, Sailor Moon or Garfield. We used
And
to
Johnny-
watch Garfield every morning. My dad would put it
Oh
on.
yeah. It was a
And
morning.
it come
thing,
on right
yes.
before Bobby's World.
Yeah, good old Bobby's World. Uncle Ted. Johnny, what was your favorite of your four?
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, G.I. Joe is great. Carlos, give me your top four.
It's pretty close to Johnny's. It's G.I. Joe. What? Oh, He-Man, Transformers, and Thundercats.
Thundercats.
That's a good one.
Thundercats. Go ahead, give me your number one. What's your number one on the list?
It's probably G.I. Joe. I never missed an episode of G.I. Joe.
It was fantastic. Yeah, mine is G.I. Joe is number one for sure. I love G.I. Joe. Never just man. Transformers was a must. You had to watch Transformers. You were growing up. It was right there with GI Joe. I wasn't the biggest He-Man fan, even though I had all the toys and shit. I don't know about He-Man. X-Men was a good pull by Maria because I forget 90s cartoons. I always just think 80s cartoons when I think cartoons. So I'll go with X-Men because it was a show that I never missed Saturday morning. I just wanted to watch the X-Men all the damn time. And probably the Smurfs. I really enjoyed the Smurfs growing up. You know, I don't know. I just really enjoyed that damn blue little with their clone of a female. She's not even a real Smurf. She was made by Gargamel.
Right. She was created. She was originally had black hair.
That's right. She was evil. That's right.
And that's Marie's ideal
That's
situation. Oh, just me in this village of 100 dudes.
Exactly. Oh no!
I'm a Smurfed up, son.
Now that you think about it.
Where's Frenchie Smurf?
Yeah, where's
Is there an
Frenchie?
Eiffel
And there
Tower
was
around here
remember there
somewhere?
was a Frenchie Smurf. Remember?
It was the gay Smurf.
It was a gay
Vanity.
Smurf. Yeah.
Was there a
Vanity,
Mexican
Vanity.
Smurf?
Yeah.
No, they didn't have.
There was
ethnic
Hefty.
Smurfs.
He was the buff guy.
Yeah, you'd want a little hefty.
They had Hefty, and then they had.
Well, it's funny that they had 100 of them, but they never had 100 names. You never knew all 100 names of them.
No, you only knew like maybe 12 at the
10
most.
of them, 10 or 12.
What was the one that was Papa
Brainy?
Smurf? Brainy.
Brainy.
Yeah, Brainy Smurf. He was like his right hand man.
He was pretty stupid though.
He was an idiot.
What
He did a lot of
about
stupid shit.
It was like Dwight on The Office. But that was a good one. No, Smurfs was a good show, man. And I mean, there's a lot of good ones that didn't last long. Like Gummy Bears was enjoyable. I don't know if you guys remember.
Bionic
what about
6.
Care Bears?
Now, was it Gummy Bears? No, what's the show? What's the Disney show about the bears? It's not
There's
Gummy Bears.
two of
Gummy
them. There's
Bears.
Care Bears
Called
and Gummy Bears. Yeah.
They bounced on their butts when they drank the gummy berry juice.
That's right. Gummy Bears was good.
Mhm.
Yeah, Care Bears was good. The Woozles or whatever it was called.
Animaniacs.
Snorks.
I loved
Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
And if you
Did
go,
you guys ever see the when they came out with the recent ones?
I did.
On
It's pretty
Hulu?
good. It's on
Yeah,
Hulu.
it's on Hulu.
That's
I
pretty
got
good.
one.
Yeah, which
Beavis
one?
and Butthead.
Yeah, no, I watched that a lot. Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
It's. I think the movie. I was just thinking about it today. Actually, that movie holds up today.
That movie
And
is
South Park.
Horrible. Horrible. South Park, yeah. South Park is great still. Like it's so good still. It's ridiculous.
Johnny, Carlos, Beavis and Butthead.
Mm-mm.
I watched
It was-
it, but
Wasn't my thing.
It was
It
funny
wasn't-
then.
No, I meant
but-
the movie.
no, the movie is not funny at all.
Nah, the movie was all right, but it doesn't hold up.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch it again.
Movie was not bad. I mean, not good. Not good.
You guys aren't good.
But yeah, adult
Good
cartoons.
comeback.
South Park. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, South Park's number one on my list when it comes to adult cartoons. It's it set a standard, and it just
Family Guy's up there for me too. And then
Rick and
for a
Morty.
small period, Rick and Morty's the
Great.
shit.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
for
if
a
the
small
name-
period, The Simpsons. I mean, they're
Yeah, of
classic.
course. Yeah,
but
yeah.
there's just too much to keep up with. There's just no way I can't keep up with that for 25
okay. If you had
years,
to name
whatever.
4
Simpson
current
characters
cartoons
Abu.
that are
Hey,
not
hey.
done by Frank Azaria.
Oh, then you can't name any of them. Maybe like 2 or 3. If you name 4 current cartoons that you watch, if you even watch them, what would they be?
One is Family Guy. Still watch that.
Mhm.
Rick and Morty.
Yep.
The creators of Rick and Morty created Solar Opposites.
Oh, that's a funny show. Yes,
It's pretty good.
It's hilarious.
Can't
you watch
think of-
Bob's Burgers?
No.
That's a
Oh,
good
Burger's
one.
all right.
That's a good one. How about
Okay.
American Dad? It's still on. That shit is funny.
I don't watch that religiously, not like I do
Mm-mm.
Family Guy.
What's the one with the nasty meatball in the cup?
Oh,
and
that's
the-
a
Aqua
great
Teen
show.
Hunger.
Aqua Teen
Aqua
Hunger.
Teen.
Yeah.
That shit is so
They're doing
funny.
a new movie.
No, new movie coming to
Yeah.
HBO Max of Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the
Meatwad.
Boondocks.
And what is it? Metal.
Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
The
they're doing a
Boondocks,
movie
I don't
there,
know
too.
how they get away with that shit. Like, I saw an episode recently. It was probably like 1 a.m, but they're dropping cuss words, the N
N-bomb
bombs,
left and right. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Like, this is, you can't do
Yeah,
that, can you? But
Yeah.
all right.
I'll tell you what, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, though, man, that
I
shit.
love that show.
One of the best shows ever. Probably my favorite characters are those 2 aliens, the spiky ones.
Oh, those
stupid as
idiots.
shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Basically, they look like
Like
one
cactus.
is just
One like a
one looks like a
cactus.
cactus, and the other one isn't the other one just a square or a triangle? And
No, a triangle. Yes, he has a headband. He wears the headband.
Yeah, he wears the headband, and he's always thinks he's the boss. And the triangle guy is like super high, like high sounding. Like, no, man, we shouldn't do that. Oh, we should do that now. Like, okay, man, that's cool.
What was his neighbor's name? Like Carl or something?
Carl.
Yeah.
Carl, the big old New York fella.
Yeah.
Oh, he was great. Carl's so good, man.
The Shake was the best. That guy
Shake
was so
is the
dumb.
best because he's such a fucking moron. Oh man, if you have HBO Max, you can watch all of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and it is just so good.
You know
The
what was pretty
movie,
good
too.
was Harvey Birdman.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was
That was
pretty
a good one. Also an idiot. Yeah.
Was that made by the Archer guys or no?
I think it is. Very similar type of art. Yeah. Anyway, watch those shows, people. We'll take one more break. We'll be here back on another Tackling the Podcast. Talking the podcast here with Johnny, Carlos, Marie. I'm Lafayette. And do you dream? Do you dream every night? Do you remember your dreams? Are your dreams vivid? Do you only remember little bits of your dreams? You ever heard the story about people that remember dreams and there were numbers and they wrote them down and they won the lotto? That shit does happen. Now, anybody here dream lately? Have a dream journal? Have any vivid dreams? You guys have any repetitive dreams? That you like for some reason they just keep coming, like, man, why does this one just keep like this is something I get every like 3 weeks? Anything of that nature. We're gonna start with Marie because she said she just had a dream and she has to tell us. I think she slept during the last segment. Go ahead.
Well, I haven't had it in a while, but I used to have this reoccurring dream about masturbating. It was really weird, but that's not what the dream that I had last night.
I mean, why would you bring that one up?
Because you said reoccurring dreams, and then I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it until you just said it. I was like, oh yeah, that I did have that one.
Was this a daydream?
Yeah. Were you awake?
Were you awake?
No. What I would have, you know what I would have? What's that called when sleep paralysis? I would have sleep paralysis during it. It was really weird.
So go ahead, tell us about your dream.
So okay, last night, so 2 weeks ago, I went to Vegas for a tournament, right? And there was this girl who was playing behind me, and she was a bitch. She was kind of mean. She was like whispering to me, whispering about me. Yes.
What's her name?
Carrie.
Put on blast.
Go ahead, continue. I just want to get it out.
You're such an asshole. Anyway, so I was playing against my outdoor team was playing against her outdoor team, but they only had 7 people. We had a full team, and I was like, I can't wait to smash this bitch. And then they made me play forward, and I don't know why because I'm not a forward at all. But anyways, so I made this one guy, nutmegged him 3 times in a row, and that's all I remember. Oh, and I also remember I was wearing flats. And I was really mad that I wasn't wearing my cleats because I was slipping all over the place.
Now, see, the problem with your story is I think Johnny thinks that was the real thing, what happened in Vegas.
100%. That's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and then, wait,
because
first
you
of all,
didn't
what's
actually
a
break
Meg?
the story
Oh,
up.
my bad.
Carrie a bitch.
Like, you didn't say what part was your dream. You just said,
okay, no.
We played in Vegas, and we're like, okay, you're in Vegas playing. Why are you telling us all about this soccer stuff? Like, where's the dream? Like,
okay, no. We were on the same team, me and this chick.
In the dream.
No. Okay, so in real life, we were in Vegas. Me and Carrie were on the same team.
Okay, and
she
in
was
real
playing
life,
behind
she's a
me.
bitch.
Got it.
But
no, in the dream, she's a bitch.
Well, she was.
No,
a
in
bitch.
real life, she's a bitch.
She's a bitch in both of them.
Listen. Carrie's
And
a bitch.
Harry
We established
Bush.
this.
Wait, no, I put that in.
We
I'm sorry.
established that Carrie's a bitch. You guys
And
played
my
on the
brother
same
hates
team in
Carrie, so
Vegas.
fuck him.
And your brother hates Carrie. Now, in your dream, you and Carrie are on separate teams.
Yes.
And she's still a bitch in the dream.
Yes.
And your brother still hates her.
Yes.
Now fill in the rest of the story.
He just hates Carrie's in general.
Gotcha. Now fill in the rest of the story.
Oh, okay. So in the dream, we were playing against each other.
Yes.
She had 7 people, which is the minimum that you need to play. And we had our full team, and our team was really good. And then I was like, I can't wait to be better than her and show her up.
What'd you say earlier? smash that bitch.
Smash
you
that
did.
bitch. Whatever.
And you're like, and I can't wait to compete with her.
I
Smash
can't
that
wait to
bitch.
embarrass her. Okay.
How did you do it? How did you do it in the dream?
I didn't even come near her. I megged the other guy 3 times. Nutmeg is when you purposely
I know
put
what a
the
nutmeg
ball.
is.
Well,
Yes,
maybe
yes,
they
yes.
don't.
Johnny doesn't
Maybe-
know.
I don't know what that means. What is
Yeah,
it?
So
now tell
it's-
Johnny what a
it's-
nutmeg is.
One of the hardest moves in soccer is when you purposely put the ball between the defender's feet and then collect it on the other side. It's super hard to do.
Basically, a
And-
Like
five
in
point.
basketball, like you just
Yes,
dribble
yeah.
Yeah, dribble between somebody's legs.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's,
And
but
it's
you
easy.
still have to
It's easy
collect
in
it on the
soccer.
other side.
The reason why
you
it's
have to
easier in
collect it on
soccer,
the other side.
I'll tell you why it's easier in soccer, Johnny, because the defender has to turn around still. You're already going. So it's
Yeah, but they could run into you. They could run into you. You might not do it right. It might not be a clean
means you're not
pass
good
or
at it then.
whatever.
That's it. Go ahead. So you did it 3
you
times.
still have
you
to
said.
be really good.
You said you
So in
nutmegged
the
this
dream you did it,
person
you
3
megged them
times.
3 times.
Mm-hmm.
The
Do
same
you know
person.
why it's called a
Yeah.
nutmeg?
Because you
I
shoot
don't
him
know.
between the nuts.
Between the nuts, between the legs.
Yeah, between the legs. And you said you're wearing flats when you were playing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
China
dream.
flats? Johnny used to wear China flats growing up.
Yeah.
I did.
Now here's the thing. You said that story was going to traumatize Carlos. How?
No, Carlos's story was gonna Trump. No way. Hold on. Let me start over. No,
In
he
your
didn't want to talk
dream,
about it.
this
He didn't, no,
conversation
no.
is
He didn't want to
traumatizing
talk
me.
about his dream because it was gonna traumatize him. That's what I was trying to say.
This dream is going to
Oh,
traumatize.
I'm gonna traumatize myself. I got
Yeah.
it.
All I know is this is going to
But
traumatize
is this?
the
But you said it's
listeners.
reoccurring. So is it
No,
something
not
no,
that
the
one.
recurring one was the
Not
other
that
one.
one.
masturbating reoccurring?
Yes, yes. Good Lord.
Oh, so when you masturbate, you get
Oh my
sleep
God.
paralysis?
No, I never get.
Oh.
Do you call that?
I
a
actually
nutmeg?
never get to. I never get to.
Is that a nutmeg too?
Between the legs.
Just between
If
the
you
legs. out the
finish,
other
it's a
side.
nutmeg.
All right,
I'm
Carlos,
sorry,
give us your
Marie.
story.
I'm sorry. you're
I
getting-
never get to actually masturbate in the dreams, and that's why.
Oh,
Ooh,
that's why
that's
it's
a
more of a
nightmare.
nightmare because you never
It's
get
not really a
to-
nightmare. It's just
Yeah.
weird because it.
It's a
happens.
nightmare if you don't finish.
I never started.
That's true. She doesn't start.
Oh,
So-
there you go. So,
All right, Carlos, what is your dream that is so traumatizing that Marie's not going to even be able to sleep tonight?
So recently, I mentioned this, I think, last podcast. I've not been really hip on flying. Before I used to get on a plane like it was a bus. I didn't care. I just jump on a plane. I'm going from one point to the next. But now that I have, a son, I'm more afraid of flying because the possible outcome of this damn plane going down. Anyway, so
Maybe if you got a
My-
gun, it wouldn't. Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind.
I mean,
Yeah.
that fell flat, just like the plane would. Wow.
Google
I hate
that
you.
shit.
I hate you.
Anyway, so we're all on a plane. We're going wherever we're going. And then the plane starts going down. And then something happens, it rattles. And then my son, he's only 2. And so every time he hurts himself now, he just says like, owie, owie, dad, owie. So something happens on the plane and he gets hurt. He doesn't know what's going on. So he starts saying owie. And the only thing I can say to him is, no more owies, Keon. No more owies.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Scary.
And so, yeah, that's my traumatizing dream.
Is it
You're welcome.
reoccurring?
No, it's only happened once, but I hate thinking about it. Every time he says owie, it kind of triggers it, and I get.
Johnny, your turn. Marie's
Top
like,
that, sucker.
yeah, I was gonna say Marie's is like she hit a single. Carlos hit a hard triple, like no one was gonna stop him. He got the third base.
You
and
didn't
that's
even give
it.
him time to like process this or like.
He already has. He already
Well,
has.
it sounded like it just got real quiet, and we all kind of were
Because
like,
we all
what do you-
processed
what do
Well,
you
I
say-
mean,
what do
Lafayette
you say
doesn't
to
care
that?
about Carlos.
Yeah, right?
No, no, no.
Okay,
Lafayette has
because
no
they're brothers.
feelings. Lafayette has zero
Yes.
feelings. He
That is-
doesn't
you know
care.
what?
It doesn't matter.
Facts.
Doesn't
Facts
matter.
right there.
Well, so did you see any plane tragedies recently, or why
No,
do you
I was-
think this is happening?
I don't know. I think it's because I'm really protective of my son and I want to see him grow up. That's what it is. And in this scenario, he doesn't grow up. He doesn't go past 2 years old. So
And are you? Did you develop this fear of flying because of the dream, or did
No, he's
it
always
was
had that.
beforehand?
no, I've always had a fear of flying up until I was like maybe in my 20s, and between 20 and like a couple of years ago, I would jump on a plane, like I said, like it was a bus, like it was a car. I'm just going somewhere, I have no problem getting on a plane. When I was much younger, I was fearful of flying, and then not that little period of time, at least 20 years, I was fine with it. But now all of a sudden, getting on a plane by myself, I have a fear that if something happens, I won't get back to my son. If I get on a plane with my family, I'm afraid something might happen to us. He won't be able to grow up. That's my fear.
So I hate flying.
It's an old fear combined with your new fear.
Right. It's just basically
sounds like
drummed itself back up.
It sounds like the movie It. Yeah.
Sure.
So what do you think? Are you gonna?
There's no fucking clowns on this plane, asshole.
Well, that's what It is about, though.
Could you imagine?
They have they have like that nightmare in the
a
fear.
Giant spider comes out of the cockpit.
Yeah.
With a clown face.
Then they all forget about it, and then it comes back as they're adults. The fear comes back as adults.
Like I look up, they're thinking like, let me order a drink, and just a balloon floats past you.
Hey, Keon, you want that balloon?
A red balloon.
Now I'm more terrified of the clown on the plane.
Like last time
I'm fucking scared too. Legit dream.
Like last time I flew by myself, I was on vacation. I flew to Florida to go see Hugh, and then I flew to Canada. And getting on the plane from Sacramento to Florida, I was at the bar, and I was downing him pretty good, just to loosen up and relax. I was like, man.
Yeah, no, I hate
it was a
flying
4-hour flight anyway, so I was gonna get sobered up by the time I got there. But man, and then I might have to. I don't know, man. Might have to get some edibles and chew on some before I get on that goddamn plane.
On a side note, the sheriff's department is in charge of security at the airport, and they bring in drunks all the time. And I don't know if it's a fear of flying, but they get hammered, and then they just don't like, hey, sir, can you sit down and be quiet? Fuck you, you motherfuckers. All right, well, you got to come with me.
You just missed your flight, son.
Yeah. But the thing lately is people will fly to Sacramento, buy a shit ton of weed, and then just put it in their bag, and like they have like 40 pounds in their bag, not thinking they'll get caught. And it's really interesting. I don't know if in like say Georgia, for example, the weed prices are high, or if it's
probably not as good.
It's NorCal.
Does California have good weed? I mean,
best weed is grown in Humboldt County.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chico.
Yeah, it's known as the best weed. Johnny, your turn. Give me a dream.
That's why Sasquatch pulled a man apart. In Humboldt County.
That's right. If you watch that documentary on Hulu, right?
Sasquatch. Yeah, it's on Hulu. Sasquatch.
I love how they blame Sasquatch. Anyway, Johnny, go ahead.
Fucking idiots.
It's a good defense. It's like a Chewbacca defense.
I'm a little bitch at heart. And to all the bitches out there, I don't mean to offend you, but fuck. No, I'm a kind of a bitch, kind of a romantic at heart. So the reoccurring ones, I have 2 or 3 like major heartbreaks in my life, and then if I dream about them, I'll wake up and I still have that same feeling, just that heartbreak, just that
angry.
Not really angry, just I mean, because it's that same feeling, just like being dumped. There ain't shit you can do. You're sad as fuck. Like
it's
almost to the
how
point
dreams
where
can like affect you emotionally throughout the day.
Like the emptiness, right?
Yeah.
Or even like if you have a good dream or bad dream or whatever, like you have those dreams that like take you all day long.
Yeah. Have you ever like looked at a dream book saying, all right, if there's water, it means this, or if you're falling, it means this?
I've never even seen a dream book.
I have one.
Well, guess what, buddy? When's your birthday?
Dream about
what
it.
is it? July what? July 24th?
Hold on. Nope. Nope.
So wait, what happens in your
Worst
dream, Johnny?
brothers ever.
I know his. He doesn't know mine. What a loser.
Oh, Carlos, what's yours? August 20th? 28th?
No, you're so close though. You're so close.
24.
Ooh, you're so close again.
What is it?
25. Yeah, you loser.
Marie, when's your birthday?
February.
What's your social?
29th.
What's the social? He told us Carrie's name. I mean, it's pretty easy. Bitch.
Just trying to steal your credit.
Oh, so what is your recurring, or what's your, basically what you're just trying to say is the dreams that you do have are usually sad.
Well, I mean, just the ones that I can think of right now are the ones of heartbreak and Yeah, I wake up sad, and it'll take a few hours to like get right again.
You guys are traumatized.
Yeah,
I
you
have
guys-
dreams
something's
about
wrong with you people.
masturbation. You guys are
What's
dreaming about
wrong with you
heartbreak
people?
and dying on a plane.
Well, I've had sleep paralysis too, and that's freaky as shit, man.
It is.
Lafayette, you got that dream book there, Johnny? Look up July 29th.
Mm-hmm.
What does July 29th have to do with dreams?
Lafayette's birthday.
But what?
Is it by birthday or is it by?
No, it's
like,
by things in your dreams.
Oh, then look up piss
Like
and
it's-
shit.
Yeah, well, I don't dream about that though. That's reality.
I don't want to Google that on my
That's
phone.
reality. Yeah.
I saw this thing, and I don't know if it was one of those Shark Tank type of things, but it was a sleep mask. And when you got to a certain REM, a red light would come on, and
It
then
was on Shark Tank, I think.
and then you can like see the red light you can see the red light, and then you can participate in your dreams. I always thought that was kind of cool.
It's interesting, yeah.
Because the dreams that you can participate in, like where you're not like
It's just not playing out.
a deer in headlights or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's I don't know. I like that shit.
That
What's
was
funny is that sometimes I can control my dreams, but I like turn it into the worst scenario ever. I'm like, why am I making this shit happen? And so I wake myself up because they're stupid as shit, and I just don't go back to sleep.
Oh,
How often do you guys dream or remember your dreams? Are you supposed to dream like 100 dreams a night or something, but you don't really ever remember them? And there's like a percentage of who remembers them, and it's more women, and if you're more emotional and all this other stuff. But how often do you guys remember your dreams?
when I was
Bits of 'em,
younger,
not the whole
I could
thing.
remember them vividly, and now it's not so much.
But I've also been told that you only dream 30 to 20 minutes before you wake up. So the
It's
dream may
REM sleep.
seem like
It's
it's all
REM
night,
sleep.
or the dream may seem like it's hours, but it's only 20 to 30 minutes.
I mean,
It's during your deepest sleep.
isn't all sleep seem short? You know what I mean? Like, in a
Like
sense of-
Inception.
like like if you fall asleep, you feel like you woke up 30 minutes later, in a sense, or whatever. It's kind of like when I've had surgeries. I always tell myself, go ahead and knock me out. To me, it's literally gonna be 5 seconds. I'm gonna wake up on the other side like, you guys are done. Like, okay. Like, I didn't know anything. You guys are done. Cool. I had an out of body experience during surgery one time, and I could see everything, and that's bullshit.
Yeah. What would you do? Stay away from my dick.
He's trying to masturbate himself.
Yeah.
Have you had sleep paralysis? That shit's scary, man.
What is that?
I was sleeping on my stomach, and I had a vision of someone standing over me, like he was gonna hit me. And I tried to move, and I couldn't move. Like I couldn't move. I couldn't move my arms, couldn't move my legs. I couldn't move at all. Basically, it's paralyzed. I couldn't move. It was the weirdest feeling. And you said, Marie, you had sleep paralysis. What is your deal like?
So it's usually I'm trying to wake up from my dream, and it's always the same thing. And I only started getting it when I moved into my apartment. I'm trying to get up out of bed, but my head is so heavy, it's like stuck to the bed, and I'm like trying to get up, and I'm like rolling and rolling. Like, have you ever tried to, like, you were trying to get up off the floor in your dream and you couldn't get up, you were just rolling or whatever? It's something like.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've had it once, and it was just me trying to call for help in the bed, and I couldn't move. And I was like, what the fuck? This is weird. Why can't I move? This is like when I was like 17.
Do you guys need anything to sleep? Like for me, I need background noise. I need for a while it was the Family Guy.
You were talking about noise. I thought we were talking about something a lot.
No.
heavier than that.
I'll tell you what, man.
Yes. I thought you were gonna pull something out of the closet. Like,
I
all right,
crashed
I gotta
pretty-
plug this one in the wall because this bitch is got power.
I crashed fast, man.
How do you know about that?
This
Well,
one's
you
gas.
told us about the
powered.
dream.
Yeah.
Gas powered.
Wow, man, you got a pull cord on that thing? Jesus.
When there was a gas
would
shortage,
not
you open
be
the trunk up.
surprised.
Gotta load them all up.
Anyways, I'll fall asleep. Like for a while, I would put the Family Guy on and then fall asleep to that, and then you'll start having dreams that are very similar to
But you just
what's
watched.
going on, and I've heard Peter's voice in my head saying all kinds of shit. It's actually kind of fun. I probably don't have the best sleep, but
Entertained
alright.
you were.
yeah, for sure.
I don't know, man. I used to do the same as you. When I was a teenager, I'd always have the TV on always. And I'd put it on sleep timer, an hour, see if I fall asleep in an hour. And I hate when I couldn't fall asleep in that hour. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Turn it back on.
Yeah, I got to do it again. But now it's, at that age where I'm like, oh, it's fucking time for bed. And I just crash. That's it, done. And then I don't have, like I said, I can't remember many dreams. The recurring dream I have is basically a funeral on a beach. That's it. And I'm the only one that attends.
Whose funeral is it?
That's mine. And I'm the only one and it's always in black and white. And there's a white picket fence always around the coffin, and the coffin's always red. And it just
sounds like an art picture show.
It does. That's what I think. What's funny is I thought because
there's a freshman smoking in the corner.
Yeah, because it's funny you say that. It's always like the beaches you see like on the East Coast.
Lighthouse in the background.
Like it's those type of beaches, not like a California beach. It's like a
what do they call it? A New Hampshire beach?
Yeah, like a New Hampshire, Rhode Island beach.
Yeah. At what point is always one of those? Do you like put a message in a bottle and throw that shit to sea?
Oh, I thought maybe you open the casket and you see that it's yourself. I'm like,
no, I know it is. Guys,
you know it is. Okay.
Yeah, because my question is, where's everybody at? And it's just I'm the only one that attended. Wow.
Damn, you guys got some fucked up ass
That
dreams.
says a lot, man. That says a lot.
Yeah. And why is it on a beach? And why is it in black and white? But the fence is bright white, and like I said, the casket's
the dog is attending. That's the point of view of a dog.
It could be that too. Could be like exactly. It couldn't. Maybe it's not my point of view. Maybe it's.
We might have to have an intervention podcast next week. See what's going on with you.
I like horror movies. Anyway, all right. Let's jump to this one real quick. We just brought it up, and Johnny's talked about it a little bit. Johnny, things you have seen in jail inmates, like in their cells, I mean, that maybe they have created. They're very creative. Things like, where the fuck did you get that at? And,
well, they definitely have time on their hands. They can make the coolest things and the most disgusting things. Like something cool is like they'll take the wrappers of like say Dorito package wrappers, and they'll just fold it up in a way and like make picture frames for their little tiny pictures. It's kind of cute. But then if you're searching the female side, them nasty bitches. So what they'll do, they'll get a rubber glove, and then they'll just stuff that bitch with something hard, and then make their own dildo. And when you find that shit, it's so fucking disgusting. You're like, all right, well, this is obviously contraband, but I don't want to touch it. What
kind of glove is it? Like
just a rubber,
like a latex glove? Not like a. What's? Give me.
It's not a rib glove or anything like that.
Dishwashing glove.
Email me later the details.
Because there's rubber gloves throughout the facility. We have inmate workers that clean and stuff. So they'll just take one of the gloves or double it up and then make a little dildo. And it's they don't. I don't know. Some girls are nastier than others. So
is that the grossest?
Some people don't watch them.
Is that like in the sense of? I guess on the female side, what's the grossest thing? That's the grossest thing you find when you.
Well, I mean, when you come across like say a crazy dude, they'll take their shit and they'll like make little statues with it. And obviously, they'll write on the walls with it. I mean.
They do that at McDonald's.
You have an awesome job, dude.
Oh, man.
Sign me up.
Oh, man.
Like a museum curator.
It sounds
right.
crazy.
This is a good one.
Well, it's crazy because, I mean, I'm not even in prison.
It's of you.
Yeah, and you don't want to make those guys upset because they start throwing the statues. And
that'd be funny. They'd be like, "Oh, look at all the detail. You even got my little dimple." That's cute.
I appreciate you.
Every statue's racist, bro.
Oh, and the occasional like knives and drugs and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but that's boring stuff.
Yeah, no.
I'm here to talk about dildos.
Yeah.
You ever found one with your name written on it? Would that freak you out? Would that freak you picture? Like, what? Yeah, with a little dimple frame on it.
I'm like, this ain't big enough. Here's another glove.
How about you different gloves?
Stop using the pinky.
Yeah, how about you a baseball glove? See what you could do with it.
On a different subject. I dated a girl once who bought a mold kit, and she made a mold of my junk.
Wow.
Did she smash it when the relationship was over?
I don't know if she still has it or not. We should talk about that.
Did she put it on the mantle?
Yeah.
And then how do you
talk about it?
Throw it away?
No, that's it. Like, did she make a mold?
Am I offended if she throws it away?
Like, did she make a mold when like not you tonight. I got you over here. like what
Oh
was
my
You
God.
know what?
Right?
I
Right?
had
was it
never
for?
thought about that.
What was it? Like,
Because
why?
it was an idea that she brought up. She might have a whole fucking collection.
I know. This is
Voodoo
Tim.
dolls, voodoo
This is
dicks.
Scott. This is Johnny. Like what? What the fuck am I looking at?
Like
This
on
is
her
different.
wall with little plaques under them, like
Yeah.
the dating time, like this
Yeah,
date to this
exactly.
date,
Uh-huh.
and
How many
like
times
little
it was
stars
used?
next to it to see how good it was.
Oh, like a
one
rating?
star.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, like a rating system.
That's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yes,
Huh.
yes, yes.
Why did mine only have 1
Do
star?
you think she regifted it?
She did tell me that one of her friends at work like asked to see it.
Ah,
She's
This
like,
is,
"Are you okay with that?" I'm like, "I guess."
yeah, show my junk all you can.
I'm like, "Is she cute?"
more
No,
prospects.
that doesn't matter. That
Yeah,
doesn't
more
matter.
prospects. The mold was almost like one of those dating sites.
She was like,
Pass it around, pass it around. That's my number on it, please.
put it in her way.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's paper mache. There's timing involved. If you wait too long for the mold, that shit's hella hard. And I don't know. It was an interesting.
So you had to have
process.
sex with this mold. Or this.
No, there wasn't
You
continuous.
got to stick
in
your
and out.
junk. I know,
I
but
had
still,
to
you
get
penetrated
hard.
this stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, well that takes us
and
to our last.
it didn't feel weird because I wasn't alone.
Oh,
But
that's
now that
true.
I talk about it on a
It's very odd
podcast,
because now
it's
you're not
very
alone.
weird.
Now you're with hundreds of people.
Huh?
Now, did you have to lay down or did you hold it up?
Did
and
you
like
stand
angle it
up?
in, or-
Were you like laying plank on a chair and it was laying going
Yeah.
down? Like gravity took
I
control.
think I was laying down and she was giving me top. Did I say that right?
Ah, yeah, top. That's
did
what
I-
was brought up before. Good job on that one.
And
All
she
right,
was
cool.
giving you
Well
bottom.
done.
You know what? You know
Well
you were
done.
negative 1 point. You're back to 0. Good job.
Me or Marie?
No, Marie has a point. She hasn't. That's all she has is 1 though. But she's winning. She has 1 point. So
How am I back on the
Hashtag
bottom?
Tiger's blood.
you were -1. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry
okay,
about that.
okay.
We're not
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
the pun about the gun.
Yeah, you don't understand the pun gun where she got the point. Dumbass.
I
Yeah,
don't
she
like
said
to
that's a
lose to
loaded
Marie.
question.
I don't
Boom.
like to lose to
That was a
Marie.
good one. That was a good one. All right, our last go is actually Marie brought this up, and it kind of does with the prison jail thing. Is give me your top 4 prison movies or TV shows, if you have those in mind.
Oh, anybody watch
Um,
that shit?
Anybody? Yeah, does anybody watch prison shows? I don't watch many, but maybe you've seen prison movies.
Number 1, Shawshank Redemption.
Bam. Okay, we got one on the board. Johnny has one.
Green Mile.
That's a good one too.
Good one,
Love
too.
that movie.
Good one.
I-
Number
For the
1.
longest time, I didn't know that was a Stephen King
Oh, really?
novel, or
It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it's like
No.
a horror. You know, like a yeah.
has a little
Number
sci-fi
one,
in there, but
Number 1 prison movie, Tango and Cash. Fucking try to top that, bitches.
so there's a
Yeah.
there's a documentary on
About
the
Tango and Cash.
Canon Films.
Okay,
It's like
yes, I've
the
seen it.
Wild
Oh,
Wild
it's
West
so
of-
good. Oh my
It's
god,
so good, and
so good. And the shit they did. Oh my god.
What
yeah,
is it
they were
called?
just Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, that's what made them. Was Electric Boogaloo like made them like what they needed to do all the other bullshit like RoboCop and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's on.
Where is it? Where is this?
It's on Hulu, right?
Documentary. It's on
I think it's on Hulu.
I think I just downloaded.
Yeah, I
it,
think it's
so-
on Hulu though. It's so good. It's about Canon Films and
And they
How many,
just
like-
kept pumping money into this like sinking ship. And
Yeah,
their
nonstop.
formula was
Yeah.
was pretty much the same. Like action, titties,
yep,
titties,
that's
titties,
it. Yeah.
action, and
Seriously.
next movie. And then it would take like 2 weeks to film.
Yeah, they'd film everything like 2-3 weeks and just pump it out. Yeah, pump it out.
That sounds like the damn plot of RoboCop. Action, titties, titties, action.
another prison movie. Wasn't Face Off in prison?
I was gonna say that. Face
That
Off.
counts.
Yeah.
I think that counts. That
Face
was
Off
pretty
He was
good.
in that mega prison with the magnetic boots.
And then
Didn't move.
wasn't Stallone in a prison movie
With Schwarzenegger.
Escape Plan.
Escape Plan.
Do you guys watch Orange is the New Black? It's a really good show.
That was good. Orange
never
is the
seen
Black
it.
was
It's a
good.
really good show. Yeah. Orange
What
is the New
about
Black.
Oz?
Songbirds.
Never,
Oz.
Oh.
I
Never
used to watch
watched
Oz all the time.
Yeah, never watched. I heard it's,
It's
really
not
good though.
Watching it now, now
Does it
that
hold
I'm in
up?
law enforcement. No, it's not practical.
Gotcha.
Because the concept is, all right, I'm going to take, bad members of each and every gang and put them in this big pod, and we're going to have harmony. And I mean, it's accurate in that like people die all the time and that shit wouldn't work out, but it just wouldn't happen in a regular prison system.
What Jailbirds? That's what I was thinking about. Jailbirds.
The Netflix one?
The Netflix one.
Which
That's
one?
some
What
crazy shit, boy.
Wait,
That's
is that the
some-
one that takes place in Sacramento?
Sacramento?
Yeah.
One of
The
the chicks.
documentary?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a docu-series.
It's like Cops.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of the
Top
chicks
ramen
got-
sandwich. Oh my god.
What?
They make sandwiches out of top ramen, but like dry ramen, not.
Oh, they make all kinds of stuff. It's so and so's birthday, so we're gonna like pile high like honey buns and Snickers bars, and we'll make our own chocolate syrup out of cocoa powder and stuff. They have time on their hands. They also do this thing with it's called a spread. So it's ramen with like cut up sausages, Cheetos. Marie said, "Yeah, have you had it before?"
Marie made the spread.
No, I just know what the spread is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then they just like eat it with chips or whatever.
Just whatever they can get.
Yeah, and they'll everyone will put into the spread, and it's a family meal. It's pretty interesting.
Like Buca de Beppo for jail. Family
Yes,
style. All
yes,
right.
family style. I bought a book. It's called Prison Ramen by. Oh God! What
Go
the
ahead.
hell's
Give
his
it to
name?
me. Suge Knight.
It's the dude. He was on
Guy Fieri.
Boondock Saints, Part 2. He was the Mexican.
No,
Oh,
I didn't see-
yeah, I
I
know
didn't
who
see
you're talking
part
about.
2. Yeah, I didn't see part 2.
The skinny dude, he's also in Training Day, and he's in a bunch of different things. Oh, that movie 187.
Danny Trejo. I don't know.
No, not that guy.
Not Danny Trejo,
But he's
but
on taco shops.
anyways, he's the one who compiled all that the different ramen recipes and prison ramen recipes.
So
It's
weird.
interesting.
I mean, yeah.
many
I mean,
carbs.
Too many. There you go.
carbs.
And
Too
so,
many
anybody else have any
carbs.
more prison movies or TV shows?
What about there's this dumb movie called Let's Go to Prison, and I think that's the one
That movie
originally
was so funny.
That was with
Is that the Will
um,
Ferrell one?
No, not
Dak
Will Ferrell.
Shepard,
It's
Dak
Dak
Shepard.
Shepard and
Arnett or whatever. His
oh
name
yeah,
was.
Will
Arnett.
Arnett. Yeah,
Yeah.
Will Arnett.
Where his celly like makes this shit wine and like
Yeah,
they're like boyfriend girlfriend and
Will Ferrell did make a prison movie though. He's right. It's
With
no, that was
Hard.
Get Hard.
Yeah.
Get Hard.
Get
and then,
Hard. Right.
The other one that was pretty decent was Rob Schneider's prison movie.
Big Stan.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
I
on-
didn't
the
see that
internet.
one.
Look at you could just look that up. How
Had a-
how,
God
how
damn
convenient.
it. Oh
Um,
my goodness.
David
Cheater.
Carradine was in that one, and he trains Rob Schneider to defend himself in prison. And Rob Schneider pretty much uses his powers to take over the prison and make everyone get along.
There's
pretty
one. There's one where, damn it, what's the guy from? Vince Vaughn is like the main guy in prison, and he
Right. I
runs
haven't
the
seen that. Is
yard.
any good?
I heard it's really good. Like he's really good in it, and I forgot who the main person is. Is it Jason Statham? I forgot who it was.
No, I think it's Vince Vaughn.
No. I mean the main bad guy because Vince Vaughn. I
Oh.
mean Vince Vaughn's the bad guy. The good guy is, I don't know. Anyway, everybody watch. If I had to recommend one prison TV show or movie, it would probably be, like I said, Orange is the New Black is excellent.
Ooh.
Excellent movie. The show, I mean, on Netflix.
Does 12 Monkeys count?
No,
Okay, never mind.
it's about time travel.
But he's still locked up in like his own kind of prison. Never mind. Never
Mm.
mind.
Quantum Leap count.
Ugh.
Good
American
heavens.
Me.
American. Oh,
Or American History X.
American History X.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, and American Me is not a good movie.
But it's true or based on a true story.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't mean it's good.
There's
So,
a
yeah,
movie
there you go.
with Jamie Lannister. You know the guy who plays Jamie Lannister.
That one came out recently too.
Yeah. I'm gonna find that name of
That's
it
right,
here in a
that's
second.
right.
But it's pretty accurate in how things run in the California prison system. How they'll take advantage of you, and then you need to do some crime to, earn your stripes and then get protection. Shot caller, but pretty good. I'd recommend checking that out to
Oh,
get
Shot
a
Caller?
Is
yeah.
that the one with Vince Vaughn? No.
No, Vince
Okay.
Vaughn it was a different one.
I forgot what it's not that old too, the Vince Vaughn. Anyway, well there you go, people. Stay Out of Prison.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Shot Caller.
It's on Netflix. And if you want to watch the Canon movies one that it's on, I think it's on Hulu.
It's called Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah, it's called
Electric Boogaloo, Wild Wild West.
Yeah,
The
Wild
Canon
Wild
films.
West.
Yeah, and I think it's on Hulu. I'm gonna tell you, it's an excellent documentary.
It's excellent. I mean,
Yeah. The shit they do.
I just can't believe they got away with it for so
Oh,
long.
man.
And then, I mean, it wasn't all bad movies they put out.
No.
Like,
What are we talking about again?
It's the Canon films.
Canon films. They made stuff like RoboCop,
American Ninja.
American Ninja. Yeah, I think they made some Van Damme movies, right?
Bloodsport.
No.
Cyborg.
They made Seagal movies.
Demolition Man.
No, not Demolition Man.
I don't know
Anyway,
if they
gotta
made
watch
Seagal.
it. Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, watch that.
So good.
It's fantastic.
It's so good. And then, like, after I saw that documentary, I downloaded a bunch of Canon films, and holy shit, they're garbage.
Yeah, they're all
holy
bad.
shit.
They're all trash.
bad. None
They're
of them
all
hold up.
trash. No,
I mean, like, there are one or two of the American Ninjas I really like because of the nostalgia, but then the storyline is garbage. The martial arts is garbage, and then there's titties. So
always though. Oh,
excellent equation for movies.
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. All right, that's our show. Thanks for tuning in to Nerds Talking, the podcast. Remember to subscribe, download, turn on notifications, tell your friends, pass it along, just like if you had AIDS. All right, so for Carlos,
What?
thank you. For Johnny,
Oh my god, this motherfucker.
and for Marie.
Bye.
All right, that's our short one. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, subscribe, download, and don't get AIDS. See you guys later.